Hi everyone, Cindy Olin here with Create Your Own Luck and Love, and happy Thursday to everyone. I'm so excited to be here and talk about what he needs from you in order to actually fall for you. Pretty hot topic. It's juicy and it's good. So we hear these things all the time. He needs to feel something, or, a lot of times as women, we get into our heads about what a man needs from us in order to fall for us. So this is what I'll tell you. This can get pretty in depth, but I want to keep it as simple as possible. And obviously, if you guys have questions, comments, please feel free to post them below. And I also would love to hear of any other topics you guys would like for me to share about during our Summer of Love series. Actually, technically it's ending at the end of this week, but since I've gotten so many emails and great responses from you guys, I'm committing to keeping this going all summer long, 3 days a week. What do you guys think? Give me a thumbs up if you want me to keep going with great content and Summer of Love. And 2, just do me a quick favor and let me know what you like to hear more about in our Summer of Love series. So, this is a really good topic. So, many women think, oh, he needs to be ultra attracted to me, or I need to be the, skinniest girl in the room, or whatever our thoughts are. Naturally, a man needs to be attracted to a woman, but, a woman's essence is something he's more attracted to. He might think you're attractive, you're attractive looks-wise, but he's going to feel something with your essence. So a man needs to feel this in order to fall in love with you. And this is the thing he needs to feel. He needs to actually have felt lust or infatuation to you, for you, for a length of time. So it needs to actually be a certain length of time. Yes. And you guys might be going, really? Well, many of you have known women, and you may even be one of those that have gone from relationship to the next relationship with ease, right? And there's a reason for that. It's because the woman has actually stirred up feelings of infatuation and lust from a man. And I don't mean lust in a hedonistic sort of way. I mean lust in a curiosity way. So he needs to feel infatuated by you. He needs to feel fascinated by you. So, and let me help you understand what that means and what that looks like. Hey, Olivia. What we were talking about here is what a man needs to feel in order to actually fall in love with you. Many of us think that it's one thing, and oftentimes it's another. He needs to feel some lust, and he needs to feel attraction toward you, but it's more along the lines of having this curiosity about you, having an infatuation, like I mentioned earlier. Hey, Tina, good to see you. So What does that look like? Well, an infatuation with the man can oftentimes look like him thinking that you pretty much can do no wrong, that you're something, you're the best thing next to sliced bread. And how many of you guys have gone early on in, dating, in a dating situation where the man was reaching out to you all the time. He was telling you how beautiful you were and how amazing you were and how, articulate you are, or whatever it is. But he needs to actually feel those things. He needs to feel it for a certain length of time too. And I talk about this a lot, but he needs to feel tension. So he wants to know that you're receptive, but he can't just get you. He can't just get you and any old time, so to speak. He can't, he gets to have this period of time, which is usually 0 to about 3 months. Infatuation can go on up to a year and a half before true love sets in, because the true full individual, and this is based on studies, one of them from the Gottman Institute says that about the 1.5 to 2 year period is when real love starts to fully set in. Because the two true people actually come out. So what do you do to know that he's infatuated and keep that infatuation actually going? And can a man fall in love sooner? Yes, they can. Love tends to grow over time, and the level of depth becomes deeper and deeper. It's like anything else. When you've, gone through things with someone, when you've had, hard times, good times, there's intimacy built within that space, right? And so this feeling of infatuation, the way you stretch it out is you're not as responsive as him. So, and you may be thinking, gosh, Cindy, that's a game. I hate playing games. It's actually not a game, because here's the deal with infatuation and with anything. If you put all your cards on the table, I had a coach that used to tell me this, if you put all your cards on the table all at once, meaning I think you're hot, I want to rip your clothes off type idea, right away, how would you feel if a man did that to you? You might be thinking, wow, that's a little bit too much, too soon, and it might make you feel like an object, right? Nobody wants to feel like an object, and there's no challenge there. So for men especially, that they like tension. They like to know that they're the one that's actually working to win your affections over. So if they're reaching out to you more, and I know it can be tempting when you start to build a connection with a man to want to check in and say, how was your day? Or I was thinking about you when I saw XYZ today. And that happens in early infatuation with a woman. With a woman. Men do this too, but when you feel that urge, I want you to hold back and let him reach out first. And if you're responding, respond with less verbiage than he does. You respond in kind, you can respond with a winky face, doing things like that to let him know you're receptive. But what you're doing is you're building his curiosity and the tension that will create more of a desire for you. Men will go through, and women do this too. It's when people fall in love, they go through a cycle of infatuation. There's uncertainty that happens. There's different phases when it comes to relationship development. And then there is commitment that happens. How do you ensure that it and actually take the time when you're in the infatuation phase to get to know other men, stay open. And usually what happens with women is nobody else looks attractive or seems attractive, and then they'll start to continue to get evidence of that. But force yourself to get out there and meet other people anyway. So you're getting attention. You're not super hyper focused on the one person you'd like for it to work out with. I remember my client Nikki, when we were first working together, she had been in a relationship with a guy. She decided to end it because she didn't feel like she was getting what she needed, but she was really in love with this guy. And then she followed my formula that I teach that's called Attract, Connect, Commit. And she literally, I only have one right side dimple. Okay, that's cute, right? I just got a comment that I only have one right side dimple. My son has 1 million dimples. So cute. But getting back on that train, so she literally followed my formula to a T. And what happened was she was dating multiple men, and the man that she was deeply in love with and they had broken things off, he came back, and we actually built his infatuation back up towards her. And from the time he decided to start communicating with her to the time that they actually saw each other for the first time was, I think, it might have been a couple of months. And then we continued to build up the tension and the infatuation from there, because they were starting it actually began to start a new relationship. And I'm happy to report that things worked out for them. They're a success story. They're still together. And that infatuation between them, it's something that she learned to be really good about building. And, she actually shared something with me the other day, because she coaches on my team now. And she said, oh my gosh, I love my man, but I could tell you this, I would be so much better dating this time around, because I get it. She gets building that tension, that infatuation, and having fun with it. And this makes a man fall for you. That and your true authenticity, being you, and actually being a high value woman that is, not afraid to express her wants, needs, and desires, but not in a high maintenance way. So in other words, you don't want to be the kind of woman that says, oh, I really love expensive gifts from my man. I'm used to getting expensive gifts from my man. If you say something like that, especially if it's too soon and you keep, telling him about the websites where you like to get expensive gifts from, he's going to see you as, a gold digger, or someone that it has more of a princess syndrome, rather than, when you're together and you go shopping or something, and you walk by a store that has something that you love. Oh my gosh, I just love that beautiful handbag. It's so nice. Gosh, I just love that. Okay, moving on. you planted a seed with him. Oh, she likes that beautiful handbag, and it looks like she likes it in taupe or fuchsia or whatever. He's going to keep that in mind for the future. So not actually having, putting expectation, wants, needs, and desires of how you want to be treated, right? So, like if somebody's chronically running late, inspiring them or making a request of, hey, would it be easier? I've noticed that, on Fridays when we get together, I've noticed that, we say we're going to get together at 6 and typically it ends up to be 7. Would it be easier to get together a little bit later? I know how it can be on a Friday, right? Coming from an understanding place and with an invitation, right? Not coming from a place of, oh, you're late, you jerk, if you come from that place, it actually, I appreciate, or if somebody runs late and they don't actually call you, right? So these are ways within which to invite him to be, show up for you. And that actually creates a man, the combination of these things in a calm manner actually makes him really desire you on a deeper level. Desire you as a woman, sees you as someone that he can make happy, that he doesn't have to play guessing games with. How many of you ladies out there have thought, gosh, he should just know he should get me flowers, or he should just know that I would like this? Well, men don't always know that. And sometimes, just like you, he's in his head thinking, okay, he's guessing on what would create something that would make you happy, which creates more of a connection together. And if you say, if he does something that makes you happy and you let him know that, he will do those things over and over again. So if you continue to let him know these things, he feels like he can win. So if he can win with you, that builds up more infatuation. And if he feels like he's a little bit more invested in you than you are in him, that creates a connection and a really good breeding ground for him to fall deeply in love with you. So those are some things that will create a deeper connection, therefore. And I know it's hard when you're really crazy about a guy. You want to, at times, show him or let him know what you're doing. Refrain from doing that stuff unless he asks, right? Maybe you've shared with him, oh, I'm going to a really great golf tournament today. And he might say, oh, send me pictures. I would, you might send back a flirty message with, I'll see what I can do. And you send him one picture, right? But you want to be doing less than what he's doing. I hope that helps. And let me know if you have questions, comments. I also know everybody's different and has individual things that they are dealing with when it comes to love and relationships. And what I do want to offer any of you that is watching or listening or watching the replay is to send me a direct message around your dating and relationship challenge right now. Your number one dating or relationship challenge right now. I'll be doing email coaching with anyone that responds to this all weekend, and just me. I'm the only one looking at it. So like I said, again, direct message me, because I know this can be sensitive and you might be thinking, well, what about this, or did I screw something up? I don't want you to beat yourself up, but what I do want to encourage is to reach out to me so that I can support you in this area in really up-leveling your love life, right? My clients, it's like, most of the time when they start working with me, it's like their love life goes from here to skyrocketing. Very, very quickly, because they're following the coaching, and sometimes they're in a space of faking it until they make it because they're like, I don't know about this, because it feels counterintuitive to the way that you might have normally done things in your life, in your dating life, and dating relationships, when it comes to creating a connection and deep connection with a man. As a woman, it's counterintuitive to the way that she handles her career or handles her, other areas of her life that she may be very goal-oriented in. So, hey, Bonnie. I love the fact that it's helpful. So again, you guys, send me a message in my inbox and just let me know what your biggest dating challenge is, or relationship challenge if you're in one. I work with women in and out of relationships. I've been known to help save marriages, create closer connections when it comes to relationship, and help women invite in the love of their life that stays. So I'm sending you guys so much love. I've had a blast today connecting with you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow on our Summer of Love series. Bye, everyone. Mwah.